We are chasing history. Chasing history. This is the John Kendrick house. Now, John Kendrick was born in 1740 down in East Harwich. This house was built in 1745 when he was just 5 years old, and it's been here ever since. It's at 100 Main Street in the Narrows district of Wareham, Massachusetts. Now, Captain John Kendrick, as he is known, was the son of Solomon Kendrick, a seaman, and his mother was Elizabeth Atkins Kendrick. Both of his parents were Mayflower descendants, and in 1954, he started his own maritime career at the age of 14. He worked the seas until his untimely death in 1794. He was mostly a commercial merchant for his career. He fought in two wars, the French and Indian War and the American Revolutionary War. He earned fame for both of them, and he was hired by the Continental Congress of the 13 American colonies as a privateer in 1774. He harassed British shipping throughout the Revolution. He captured two ships flying the Union Jack on the high seas that were taken to France, and it was confirmed to the court that it was the spoils of war, and his income that he generated from that enabled him to purchase property here in Wareham. Now, there is legend that is unconfirmed that he was at the Boston Tea Party at the time of the Tea Party. But the nature of the Boston Tea Party was the folks that were up there doing it, it was secretive. So he married his wife, Hulda, on Martha's Vineyard in 1764. They raised 6 children. 3 of them were born elsewhere. 3 of them were born here in Wareham, mostly in this house. And now where he really made his fame, and where we remember Captain Kendrick from history, is 1787. He was commissioned by the fledgling United States government for a voyage of exploration, which took him from what's now the West Coast to stops in Canada, stops in Alaska, and then continued on to Japan, where in 1791, that's the date we're chasing, Captain John Kendrick, 1791, he landed in the city of Kushimoto on the island of Oshima, forgive my Japanese pronunciations, I'm trying to be respectful, in western Japan. He is historically credited now with captaining the first ship to navigate Japanese water, flying the Stars and Stripes. So he is the first ship as a representative of the new United States of America to begin relations and trade with Japan. He was instrumental in pioneering trade in the Pacific Northwest, the Hawaiian Islands, and China, as well as helping our country establish itself as a new global trade power. He met an untimely death in the Sandwich Islands, which we know today as the Hawaiian Islands. He was killed by a British cannonball in a mutual cannon salute. From what I understand from reading, it was an accidental. And he is buried there in the Hawaiian Islands, in Oahu. That's where he remains, where his final resting place is. But this is the Captain John Kendrick's house here in Wareham on 100 Main Street, where the man lived most of his life when he wasn't at sea. It is now owned by the Wareham Historical Society. Anyone in southeast Massachusetts or visiting the area can take tours here when, of course, when all the social distancing and the pandemic has passed, and they do have regular hours that folks can tour. And here are the Narrows, which, if anyone's a fan of my fledgling video sites here, will know from the War of 1812 in the Battle of Wareham. This sign for the museum. So that is the Captain John Kendrick house. So, I'm going to sign off now, guys. Be excellent to each other. And until then, I will be chasing history.